much. Okay.
Common carotid.
Common carotid. Coming up, ending right here, dividing into the internal carotid and the external carotid. Internal carotid node has no branches in the neck. All its branches are given out inside the cranial cavity, and actually something we did not teach you but you will learn in gross is that some of the branches actually make their way out onto the forehead. But that's like, you don't have to know that for this test, okay? But truth in advertising, they do. So we don't want to lie to you. Okay, so this is a branch of the external carotid I did not give you. And you can't see the lingual. You can see the facial here as it comes off, goes deep to the ramus, so you don't see it, but it peeks out, and then it comes across the face. And you can see that very well in that model. You know, where's the big, the half head? Yeah, right. You can see that really well in that. But this is facial.
Okay.
Okay. And then what you can see on this is the two end branches. One of them, number 23, is
Temporal, external,
Superficial temporal
artery.
Isn't it good that I give you this sheet? Big deal. All right, superficial temporal artery, the scalp artery. This, on the other hand, is the maxillary.
This
All
one.
right.
Okay.
And
So I'm just trying to.
that's okay.
Oh,
The maxillary artery, and it will give off a branch here that I didn't give you, some other branches, but I did give you this one, that one right there. What is that one? It's going into the mandibular foramen.
Oh, no.
Foramen.
Lower
Inferior alveolar artery. Okay? And there's going to be a nerve going in there too. See the white thing? We're going to talk about that tomorrow. Same name. Right. So this is going down, and all these little branches will go to the pulp of every single mandibular tooth.
Okay.
Okay? And a little bit of it will even peek out through the middle foramen and come out to your lip, to your chin. Okay? So that's the inferior alveolar artery. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. But we continue on, and there are a bunch of other branches which are not actually even shown here. But the relevant ones for you are right here. It will give off a branch around the posterior part of the maxilla. See, this is the maxillary sinus. So I was telling somebody earlier, if we put this red arrow on here, what would the answer be?
Maxillary.
Posterior superior artery.
Oh, that's right.
Posterior superior alveolar artery. And it's clearly going to the maxillary molars. Okay? Posterior superior alveolar artery. The rest of the artery goes in through this deep opening right here, this teardrop-shaped opening that we call...
Maxillary.
Right, that's like the gateway to the deeper part of the face. Think of it that way. It's like a cave. You're going deeper into the cave.
Okay.
That's how the maxillary artery gets in to supply blood to the pharynx and the palate and the nasal cavity. And it's how it gets in to supply blood to the rest of the maxillary teeth, because it's only the molars. So it goes in there, and one of the branches it gives off while it's in that little space is an artery that runs through the floor of the orbit. It comes out ultimately onto the face, but as it does, this is the infraorbital artery, and as it does, it gives off some branches that come down in the wall of the maxillary sinus, in the bone, right? And they come down to the premolar teeth, and that artery is called the middle superior alveolar artery. And what you can't see on here very well is there's a second artery that comes out and goes out to the maxillary incisors and the canine, which is called the
anterior
superior alveolar. So now we have three arteries supplying the maxillary teeth, one artery supplying the mandibular teeth. And in addition, what you can't see on this one is it has branches. Well, you can see a little bit. It has branches that come through to the nasal cavity, and they are conveyed by an artery called the short-term memory here. I know this is hard. You just heard this term a while ago. Sphenopalatine artery. So it gets branches that go out onto the concha here, for example. In fact, if you have a nosebleed, and some nosebleeds are a little vessel up in here, and they're pretty easy to stop. But has anybody ever had a nosebleed that was really tough to stop? You had to actually get cotton packed in there, you know, had to get your nose back, or know anybody like that? Dental student actually had that problem last year. And it's usually because it's way back in the back and it's a branch of this and they can't get to it to stop it, so they just have to pack it and let it clot. So a lot of nosebleeds are just right here, you know, you're sticking your nose and it bleeds. But this phenopalatine is back here, all right? Then there are branches that come down in a little canal. I can show you the canal if you want. Through here and come down to the palate. What are those branches called? Off the
Greater and
maxillary.
lesser.
No, well, but what's the parent artery?
Okay. Well,
Direct branch of the maxillary is what I'm looking for. Descending palatine. And that's what this is meant to be, 30. And then they come out and divide into branches that go to the hard palate, and they are called your line, greater palatine artery. And the ones that come back to the soft palate are called the lesser palatine arteries. So I think, and then there are branches that go back to the pharynx here, and I did not give you names of those. So, but this is the pharynx back here.
so the parent to these two was the descending palatine?
Yes.
Okay. So descending.
Okay.
Branches straight out of what? The maxillary?
Maxillary. All direct branches of the maxillary. Let's name them. Direct branches. Who wants to
External
start?
carotid.
Descending palatine.
External carotid.
Branch out
Now, okay. Why is external carotid a wrong answer?
because the maxillary branches off the external.
Yeah,
carotid.
maxillary is a branch of the external carotid. Okay. I'm asking direct branches of the maxillary.
Posterior?
We have descending palatine.
Posterior, superior, alveolar.
Posterior superior alveolar.
Inferior. No.
Yeah. Spinopalatine. Okay, what else?
This front one.
No. Because that's a branch of the infraorbital.
Middle superior.
No, same way, same answer. Direct branches. Yeah, actually that is. That's not one I probably, yeah, it's a direct branch,
Is it
okay.
infraorbital?
But you haven't named a couple that I thought you would, or at least one particular one I thought you would name.
Do we say the greater palatine?
What supplies the lower dentition?
Oh, the lower dentition is the
Maxillary artery? Mandibular?
There is no mandibular. Unfortunately. Ah, inferior. I'm trying to get you to think of this as a tree. Okay, let's name the direct branches of the external carotid that we were given. Okay. Maxillary is one. Superficial what?
Posterior?
No.
Facial.
Superficial temporal. Superficial temporal.
Superficial temporal, that's two.
Lingual.
Facial, lingual. I think that's all I gave you. There are others, but those are the ones I gave you. So I'm trying to get you to organize this in a hierarchy. So I would recommend that you go home and draw a tree.